Isn't it just okay for me to want to see someone with a secret past get dragged back in and go off the deep end because someone stole his daughter's kitty cat bracelet? Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all new Talkin Movies. As always, I'm your host, the real Gino Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about the unlikely turn of Bob Odenkirk in the movie Nobody. There's really nothing about this movie that if I say it, you're not going to be surprised by. So if I throw some spoilers out there, don't be surprised. If you don't want any spoilers, I will say this. I had a really good time watching this movie. Is it new? Is it original? Not really. But if you like the movies that it's quote unquote borrowing from, then you'll enjoy this one. Bob Odenkirk is charismatic enough, is more than charismatic enough to make you believe that he is what he is in this movie, even though he doesn't look the part. If you just want a dumb, violent, good time, this is a fun movie to watch, and I do recommend it, especially if you like movies like John Wick. In this movie, what you have is this guy who it seems like his marriage is kind of on the rocks, even though he still lives with his wife and kids. He has a dead end job. He can't get the garbage out on time. His life is just monotonous. Then his house gets robbed, and he has the chance to take out the bad guys, the people that are robbing his house, but he doesn't. Of course, this leads to criticism from the cops, his kids, his coworkers, and it's starting to really wear on him. And then he finds out that somebody, when they were stealing or when they were robbing his house, the people in the house took his daughter's kitty cat bracelet. And if look, people accept. Look, I love dogs. I love puppies. People accept that John Wick can go off the deep end because of a puppy. And yes, I know there's the whole, it was the gift from his wife that had passed and all that. I get that. I get that. This just gets a little more ridiculous. That something that sets him off is his daughter sad that the kitty cat bracelet got stolen. This sets him off, and he goes after and finds the people that robbed his house. And he doesn't take it out on them for reasons that I won't spoil. But when he's leaving there, he ends up on a bus. And we hear his inner thoughts of him saying, when these troublemakers get on the bus, he's just like, please let them do something wrong. Please let them do something wrong. Basically, give me a reason. And they do. And just like, it kind of says in the trailer, he's going to F them up. And he does. But they end up being connected. But then when they go after him, they find out who he is. And there's just this whole backstory of how he used to be a part of this life, this different life, and it's basically like a John Wick type of life. It's basically the kind of guy they say, if you saw me, I'm the last person you want to see if you're in trouble. And so then he has to deal with the family of this group that he attacked, and it's just a big bloody and violent mess, and it's awesome. Look, okay, with this movie, I'm just going to say it like this. Can you enjoy a stupid, violent good time? Can you? Well, then you're going to like Nobody. There's really no other way to say it. Look, the plot isn't anything new. You've seen it. You've seen stuff like it anyway. But you have a charismatic character played by Bob Odenkirk, who, if you've seen him in like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul as well, you know that he can command a scene. And I love the way he acts in this. It's just like, he is like the most, unopposing, just unopposing, but really is a, badass, right? And just watching him kick the crap out of people is a lot of fun. And watching him shoot people up is a lot of fun. Some of the reviews for this, and I pulled up my radio review of it because I wrote some stuff out and I want to read it. I'll just read part of it for you. It says, when it comes to Bob Odenkirk's new movie Nobody, you might be hearing a lot of things about how it's, quote, copying the John Wick formula, doesn't take itself seriously enough, or, and the funniest criticism I read, it feels unnecessary and at best and irresponsible at worst. I'm sorry, okay? And I'm just going to go verbatim here to what I put in my radio review. Can't we just have a good time at a movie? Isn't that what going to the movies is about, is having a good time? Not all movies need a message. They don't need to, speak on the issues of the world or anything like that. And this is this is what I wrote, and I was very proud of this radio review, if you can't tell. Sometimes you just want a man that has a secret past getting pushed too far and ends up kicking the crap out of Russian mobsters on a bus, which leads him back to his old life. And that's all I wanted with this one, and I found Nobody to be a fun, funny, and violent good time. That's just it. I just wanted to have a good time with this one, especially when I went to go see it. When I saw, I believe it was John Wick 2, or was it the first John Wick? I can't remember. I had to sit through, it was 2. It was John Wick 2, because the year or so before, however many years before, I think it was just 1 or 2 years, when I saw the first 50 Shades movie, I was in a bad mood. And then I saw Kingsman and was in a great mood. So the next time there was a 50 Shades movie that came out, like the second time, I think it was the second one, I saw John Wick 2 right after it. And of course that made me feel better. There's nothing better than not feeling good or being in a bad mood, and then you see a movie that you just have a darn good time that puts a smile on your face. And damn it, that's what Nobody was for me. I was in a pretty bad mood. I haven't been feeling very good. And I saw Nobody, and it put a smile on my face. And sometimes that's what I need in a movie. Sometimes that's all I want in a movie. And if it took this movie being unnecessary and irresponsible, fine. I'm happy to admit that it's unnecessary and irresponsible. But you know what? I had a good time watching this unnecessary and irresponsible movie. And if it took a father tracking down criminals to get back his daughter's effing kitty cat bracelet, well, that's the plot to get the whole thing started. So yeah, look, Nobody is a good time. Bob Odenkirk is a lot of fun in this. If you like movies like John Wick, you're going to love this one too. And if you get a chance to see it and you like those type of movies, I highly recommend it. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel. Like this video. You have anything to say about Nobody, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I am your host, the Real Gino, Gino Reynolds. See you later.